Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. EJ instructs his brother to go to the wedding in whatever he is wearing at Chad's house. They are not positioned for a formality. They even have a dish known as pigs in a blanket. Though Chad practically drools at the prospect, EJ remarks that a pregnant woman's taste is unaccountable. EJ tells Chad that if bribing a judge to officiate is too much for him, he can still make the right decision this time. Chad is delighted to wed Nicole and him. He loves EJ dearly, even if they had a difficult history. Nicole is getting closer, and Eric is in the square worrying about her wedding. He wishes her well on her impending marriage. Eric declares that he is pleased for her if marrying EJ brings her happiness, despite the nostalgic tension between them. Yes, Nicole adores EJ. Though she is also far from ideal, so is he. Would she still be marrying EJ if she hadn't become pregnant or if the child had been his? Most likely not, she concedes. However, EJ is the mother of the kid, and she will finally give birth to a healthy child. It seems to be a hint that they were intended to be together. Nicole mentions their adoption process and then says she's glad if he's happy. Eric hopes she has luck. She pays it forward. Glancing away, she starts to cry. Johnny asks Holly in the Demira home why she opposes his father's marriage to her mother. Holly cries, "If that happens, I'll never get to spend time with the man of my dreams." She feels instant regret for expressing that. Johnny reports that he heard Tate mention that she was attracted to an older man. He invites her to introduce himself as her soon-to-be bigger brother. Holly blurts out, "It's your dad," in a panic. Johnny stutters. Holly fumbles to explain that it's simply a passing crush that she will get over. EJ strolls in. Holly makes up the story that they were discussing her clothes, which her mother finds improper. EJ and Nicole will work things out. Holly tells him she's fine with the wedding and apologizes for protesting. Hearing that makes him pleased, so he goes upstairs to change. Holly expresses gratitude to Johnny for keeping quiet. It would never happen to Johnny. And she's moved on from EJ, right? She says that she is. He advises her to remain with high school boys till she turns 18. Holly regrets not being able to give him the truth as he leaves to change. Nicole walks in. Tell who the reality regarding what? Holly tells a false story about running lines for the school production. Nicole and Holly go get the bride ready as EJ and Johnny return dressed in suits. When he's by himself with Johnny, EJ considers this to be his final wedding. He and Nicole will live happily ever after this time. In the park, Stefan runs into Rolf and asks for assistance. Stefan argues that they must bring Lai to justice in order to return the stock shares to Stefano's family when Rolf refuses. Rolf gives in. Let the Demiras live long. Lai encounters Stefan in the park after Gabi makes her fear that she is being abducted. According to him, Rolf is working on their plan's second step. Lai, like the shark that he is, devoured the bait, according to her. The room of Gabi and Stefan in Demira Mansion. Awakened, Gabi and Stefan are prepared to defeat Li Xin. They understand that they must persuade Lai to acknowledge his involvement in Stefan's attempted removal. He claims they have a weapon at their disposal to defeat their opponent. While they wait for the asset to arrive, the two decide to become naked. Stefan quickly leaves after receiving a notification of the asset's arrival before they can continue. Lai shows up at University Hospital, Marlena's office, to begin his first official therapy session. They start off talking about his past relationships. Lai claims that during his high school years, he had just one other. He assumed they would tie the knot, but his dad got in the way. Because his girlfriend belonged to the working class, he disapproved. She told Lai one day that her family was relocating to a distant province. After a while, he found out that his father had sent his girlfriend and her family abroad. Marlena tells him to keep going, and Lee replies that after he fell in love with Gabi, he started to think about his ex-girlfriend once more. He became entirely preoccupied with Stefan out of fear that Stefan would be taken away. Marlena surmises that he attempted to have Stefan assassinated in order to prevent him from stealing Gabi. She thinks his more recent illegal behaviors are a result of his early trauma, despite the fact that this belief is nonsensical. Marlena is happy that he is going to therapy and hopes he will stick with it so Lee can stop acting in such a harmful way. Demura Mansion. Living room. Holly tells Tater Toad about her bizarre dream in which she imagines Channel killing Johnny and herself. Johnny shows just as she is telling him about the madness. He inquires further, but she hangs up right away. Johnny swiftly clarifies for Holly that she was referring to a jealous schoolgirl. At that moment, EJ and Nicole walk in with word of their impending marriage, which is set to take place today, as these solemn weddings usually do. Holly is far more reticent while Johnny congratulates the pair. She imagines them having a conversation in which Johnny states that since they will be step-siblings, they cannot be together. Holly informs her mother that the wedding isn't a good idea in real time. Nicole leaves her alone with her daughter and suggests that EJ and Johnny get ready. When left on her own, Holly admits that Eric makes her hesitant to approve of her mother's marriage. Holly goes on to lie, saying that when Holly was a tiny kid, about a month ago, Eric felt like her true dad. Nicole claims that Holly's friendship with Eric remains unaffected by her marriage to EJ. Holly claims she has always imagined her mother with Eric in the future. Nicole is suddenly kicked in the stomach by the baby. Nicole presses, and Holly grudgingly accepts to go. Brady Pub. Tate gets a strong hug from Eric as he arrives. After catching up on what had brought him back to Salem, Tate states that he wants their friendship to grow. Tate eventually admits that he is referring to Holly. Eric presses a little further, and Tate responds that Holly is into an older man than he is, therefore nothing will happen with her. That's when Johnny shows up. Tate disappears, and Johnny tells Eric about Nicole and EJ's nuptials. In a particularly cruel request, Johnny begs for some of Nicole's favorite pub treats, and Eric clumsily offers to provide them. Digs between Chad and Stephanie. Chad sends Stephanie a message expressing his desire to discuss their problems. EJ shows up at the exact moment to inform him about the wedding. After congratulating him, Chad asks EJ if he can come. Chad consents to attend once it is explained why Gabi, Stefan, Tony, and Anna are unable to. Having stated that, he explains their previous argument and says Stephanie won't be going with him. Chad is the officiant of choice for EJ and Nicole, which makes him very happy. EJ puts on a bit much when he states that he looks up to Chad and admires him. Chad yields to EJ's affectionate banter, and they share an embrace. In Horton Square, Nicole encounters a despondent Eric. Holly wears a fierce black dress as she gets to the wedding. Entering, Johnny compliments her and inquires as to why she is against his dad getting married to her mother. When Gabi calls Lee, she acts as though she's been kidnapped and needs his assistance. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.